Welcome to your program, New Chance. This is the last program of this year of 2021. We have one day to end this year. And we are here in this morning to show to you stories of people who overcome. Today we made a series of some testimonies that we play for you, especially here in this month of December, of people who came to the Universal Church and saw a difference in their lives. People who were hopeless, without no future, without no perspective of life, but one day they receive a word, they receive a faith, and that faith wake them up. And today they are living testimonies. Watch this series of testimonies, and if you are there on the other side, maybe you are, getting closer to the end of this year, but you are not with motivation for 2022, because year after year you have been seeing your life even worse. Stay with us, because we're going to give you a word that is going to make a difference in your life. And if you grab on that word and act your faith, your life will change. Watch careful. We'll be back with you straight after.
Growing up in Angola, my parents used to fight a lot, and wasn't good for me because I couldn't sleep during the night. It comes to a point that I was hearing voices, and it was very bad for me.
The worst point of my life is when I start to have this argument and fight with my girlfriend. Then all the reasons because of going out, drinking and party lead me to cheating on her for couple times.
Because of the depression, I went to my GP and prescribed me for tablets. My depression is to going out there, spending money that it's not mine. And not only that, also I discovered that I have also a preeclampsia. And the preeclampsia that I have 16 tablets. And the preeclampsia, the doctors explained to me that even if I rested, that preeclampsia is just come up as a blood pressure.
My mother-in-law knew what was going on, so she invited me to church. I've started to attend the church to pray for my husband, but then I started to pray for myself as well.
I knew the University Church in Portugal. Then later when my mom moved to UK, then because she used to go to church in Portugal, she said, listen, I want to find a church. Then because she started to go to the church, and then I started to go with her to the meetings.
My friend in Philippines invited me to the UCKG Help Center. And from that, I heard about campaign of Israel. And I heard the testimony of people and how they transform their life. They get healing. And that's the one that I want for myself.
During that time, it comes the 21 days fast of Daniel. The way that Pastor talk about the Holy Spirit, I want that for me. I want to be that person, I want to be that different person. I want to have this spirit because it was different from any other thing that I heard in any other place. So I want that bad because of the testimonies that I've seen at church.
Start to hear the pastor talking about the Holy Spirit. I want to have peace, to have confidence, to be a good boyfriend for my girlfriend, and to serve God and to be a good example. In that campaign, I decided to sacrifice my salary and the jewelry my mom gave it to me as something sentimental.
I started the campaign and I sacrificed my salary. Within 3 weeks, I went to the GP, and the GP confirmed to me that I have no longer blood pressure. And also, I can see the change of me that I'm no longer depressed. I realized the secret is the altar.
And it was on these 21 days that I received the Holy Spirit. And I was so happy. I can't describe, I could take all day to try to describe how did I feel. But I did feel light, I feel transformed, I feel different, a new me. After I received the Holy Spirit, the next campaign came over and I decided to take part for my marriage. On that campaign, I decided to sacrifice 2 times my salary and jewelry that my mom would give it to me.
After 1 month, I received the Holy Spirit on the Sunday morning. In that time, why I feel so happy, I feel like release, happy. Look like I cannot describe the feeling because even I cry, but it's not like cry of sadness, but cry of happiness because see I become a new person inside of me. A few months after I received the Holy Spirit, I married my girlfriend. Now everything is completely different. I love her, I respect her. I don't need anything from outside. Now we are married for 9 years and we are completely blessed today.
And from finishing the sacrifice, within a month, I received the Holy Spirit. And when I received the Holy Spirit, the joy, it come to my face. And that has completely changed me, changed inside of me, and the appearance of me, it is completely changed.
Within 2 months, I started to see the changes in my husband. He was a more present father, husband. He stayed at home more often. We wouldn't argue that often. It was just like peace. In the next campaign, I decided to sacrifice for my son because his behavior was really bad. He used to run away from home 3-4 weeks. He got jailed to prison one time, and he was disrespectful for my husband. He used to have a very bad behavior. On this campaign, I decided to sacrifice my salary, the whole salary. With the 3 months, I start to see the changes on my son. He slowly start coming back, return home. He slowly start to talking to my husband, listen, sitting down, allow us to talk with him, and not going away like he used to do before.
Because I have the Holy Spirit, I got more patient. I can sit down more with my husband. It's a pleasure for me and him to going out for breakfast or for a tea that I never do that before.
I also took part in many campaigns from my financial life. I was in a low-paid job. I have 10,000 pound of debt to pay and many bills to pay as well. In those campaigns, I sacrificed my clothes. I sacrificed some of my gadgets like phone, laptops, and my wages. And because I want to have a better life, me and my family. As a result of these campaigns, I clear all my debts, and God bless me with 2 cars, and as well I have my business of tiling jobs, and as well we have our own coffee shop.
In the next campaign, we decide we want to buy our own property in Portugal. I decided to sacrifice my salary, and even before the campaign finished, I placed my sacrifice and my vow on the altar, and I went to Portugal and we bought a 3-bedrooms property.
During these 13 years, I learned the secret for blessed life. Altar to altar, sacrifice to sacrifice. I'm no longer sick. I got no more longer depression. And also my family restored, my finances as well restored. And be honest, my family together as a blessing. And no more arguing, no more fight. We have all peace.
You see, my dear friend, these different stories, but all of them with the same end, a transformation of life. I have been asking this question: where you were last year? Maybe you were in the party, maybe you were in the friend's house, maybe you were alone at home. I don't know where you were. But analyze how your year was. Analyze how your life has been. Not just the year that we are just getting closer to the end, but 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Have you noticed that the years are passing quick? Have you noticed that months are passing quick? Because you know, my dear friend, life is passing too fast. And if you don't grab your opportunity, your life will stay in the same way. That's why there is no better place to start your year than in God's presence. Because these people, they prioritize God. They prioritize God, and God honored them by making a clear difference in their lives. So you are my guest to be with us tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have the New Year's Eve in Stockholm at 10:30 in the evening. We'll be here to enter the new year in God's presence. We start 10:30 and we'll finish around 5 past midnight, 10 past midnight. We're going to take part of the Lord's Supper and also going to be presenting to God our projects. Yes, you're going to write down, you can write down your project. Or when you arrive, if you arrive a little bit earlier, we can give you a paper that we are giving this week in the church for you to write down your project, the project for your spiritual life, for your financial life, for your family, for your health. We're going to write down your projects and you're going to pass on God's altar to determine that God will guide you, God will direct you in this new year, that God will bless you wherever you go, whatever you do, even if you face trials, because I'm not saying to you that everything will be peace and everything will be good. No, we have trials. I have trials. These people that you saw the testimonies, they have, difficulties, challenges. But when you have the faith, when you have faith inside of you, when you serve the living God, so you overcome every problem because you know that He's with you. So if you want this faith, if you want to stop suffering, if you want to stop crying, my dear friend, lift up your head, stand up from wherever you are and join us. Here in Stockholm at the Birger Jarlsgatan 106. Tomorrow, Friday, at 10:30 in the evening until 5:10 past midnight. For more information, you can visit our website www.uckg.sc. Also, if you are watching me aboard from another country, you can visit our website, or you can text us, or you can call us, and we can give you the address nearby to you for you to enter the new year in God's presence. May the Holy Spirit bless you all, and I am sure that if you start today taking different actions, your 2022 will be a great blessing. See you tomorrow. May God bless you, and until next time. Bye-bye.
This program is brought to you by UCKG.